Hey guys, Alex here, PrinceofMacedon, and today the Total War Facebook page announced some minor factions on the starting map of the old world. And as you guys know, I'm more into the historical aspect of the Total War series, and they are still making historical titles, but in parallel to those historical projects, they have made Warhammer. And I am pretty keen on trying this game out. I've already played the that one historical scenario when I went to California. But yeah, right now they've announced four main factions. That would be the Empire, the Greenskins, the Dwarves, and the Vampire Counts. And some people were thinking that's all there's gonna be, but you know, they said numerous times they're gonna be adding new factions to it. So I was reading some of the Facebook comments here. This one guy says, I really don't like the fact that they don't have any of the elven races. All factions should be playable. And Total War responded, as we said before, all major races will be playable over the course of the planned trilogy of games, free LC and DLC. And this other guy asks, will Lizardmen become a playable faction at some point? And if so, at what point? Will it require waiting for a new game? And Total War responded, we aim to include all major factions at some point. We have not yet announced which factions at which points. So, yeah, you know, for all of you thinking there won't be elves or lizardmen, yeah, they said it themselves that they're going to try to get them in eventually. That's kind of like when Total War Attila was announced. People started this rumor that the Huns wouldn't be playable. I heard the rumor myself. I'm like, guys, that's a lie. Why would they make a game about Attila and not let the Huns be playable? That's been the case with Total War since, I don't know, since Rome 2, since Rome 1. I don't know, people will come up with these ridiculous faction theories. Like, you know, a major faction like the Huns would be playable in Attila, and for this game, Warhammer, you're gonna have your freaking lizard men, you're gonna have your elves eventually. Just give it time. And let me look at some of the minor factions that they announced today. Well, that they announced on the map. Like, actually place these on the map here. For the Empire, you have, Wisenland. Or is that Visenland? Ostland. I'm not gonna read all these. You can read it yourself. From the Greenskins, you have the Top Knots. The Red Fangs. From the Dwarves, you have the Zufbar. The Barakvar. From the Vampire Counts, you have the Templehof. Pretty cool stuff. Now, I want to add my own things. You know, I'm always saying this, and they never want to implement it, but I want free-for-all to come back. Free-for-all. Sometimes they're confused as to what free-for-all is. It's pretty self-explanatory. Free-for-all means you have more than two players with their armies on the same battlefield at the same time. There are no teams. There's actually two victory conditions that was set in Medieval 2 Total War and also Rome Total War 1. And you have scored resolution, in which case the person with the most quality kills at the end of the game wins. Even though that player loses, if he has the most quality kills, he'll still win the game on points. That's one mode, and then the other mode is last man standing, where it's pretty literal. The person with the last man standing, you know, with their army wins. And with last man standing, it gets pretty unfair because people can gang up on one person. It can make it exciting, but I think, you know, if you're gonna have a free-for-all, you should have those two victory conditions optional to players. So people who want to avoid the unfairness of last man standing, they can try scored resolution. So I just wish they would bring it back. Now, these maps in these newer Total War games are pretty small compared to Rome 1 and Medieval 2. I would like them to have bigger maps, but if they can't, then free-for-all mode is going to be a little bit more difficult to implement, but you can still have a 4-player free-for-all, and that would still be pretty fun. Because in my eyes, playing 1 versus 1 and team battles, like I've been doing this since 2006. It gets old after a while. Put freaking free-for-all back in. Why not? It'll make the game fun, and it'll give the game a lot more lifespan on your Steam shelf. I mean, there's really no reason not to implement it. It's not that I mean, I don't know the design aspects of it, but they've done it before, so why not bring it back? Medieval 2, Rome Total War, do some research. It's probably the best game mode there is. So the reason why they're not bringing it back is beyond me. So yeah, I would like them to implement free for all. I would also like them to have these not historical battles, but these historical battles. Have them playable online and have them playable from just have them playable, because I believe Rome 2 you can't play these historical battles online. Why not? Same thing with Attila. Why can't you play the historical battles online? It's fun, because having these game modes only in single player, it kind of ruins it. It kind of defeats the purpose of having the historical battles. Like, you can play it once and it's boring, but if you play it online, it adds a lot more lifespan to those historical battles. You work so hard on these battles, why not let them be playable online so that people can play them? Just like in Medieval 2 Total War, Rome 1 Total War, even Napoleon Total War had historical battles that you could play online. So, yeah, well, why not bring them back? Bring them back for this game. But, yeah, I am happy to see that, Total War is stressing that they will bring these factions back. I just wish it would bring free-for-all back.